Watercolors can be tricky, but once you start understanding their little tricks, they slowly become your best friend. And today, we are going to learn how to make that happen. Hello everyone, this is Ambitious Painter and welcome back to my YouTube channel. Hello guys, welcome back to my channel. In today's video, I'm going to color this memory drawing using watercolors and the topic is children playing on the street. But before we begin, let me give you a small introduction about myself. My name is Krishita Salyan and I am a lecturer in an art college. I also work as a visiting lecturer in multiple colleges, teaching art and helping students understand drawing and painting better. Recently, I've started living in a studio with 2 roommates where I spend most of my time practicing art, experimenting with ideas and preparing lessons for my students. I actually started this YouTube channel back in 2020, but I wasn't very consistent with it. Life, work, and a lot of responsibilities got in the way. But now I'm trying to come back with more consistency and commitment because this is something that truly matters to me. A big reason why I want to do this is because I really want to promote watercolors, both as an art educator and as an artist. Over time, I feel like watercolors are slowly becoming less common, almost disappearing from many classrooms and studios. And honestly, that would be really sad because watercolors are such a beautiful and expressive medium. So through this channel, I'm hoping we can build a small community of artists where we learn together, experiment together, and slowly fall in love with watercolors. So yeah, let's not waste any more time. Let's get right into the video. As you can see, we have started coloring the memory drawing. And the first thing we are focusing on is the main figure. For the skin tone, I'm starting with a light orange wash. It's very simple, nothing complicated. With watercolors, the important thing is to understand where the light and shadow areas are. Many people think watercolors are very difficult, but honestly, they are not. You just need to learn how to handle the water and pigment. Once you start observing the consistency, how the paint behaves when you add more water or less water, you slowly begin to understand how watercolors actually work. So don't be afraid of it, just keep practicing and the process will become much easier over time. Right now I have applied an orange wash for the skin tone of the figure. For the shadow areas, I'm mixing a little bit of Scarlet Lake, that is the red color, into the orange. This helps create a slightly deeper tone for the shadows. I have also decided the light source for this composition. The light is coming from the right side, which means the shadow areas will naturally fall on the left side. Areas that are darker, deeper, or slightly hidden from the light, like the eye sockets, will appear darker because they are opposite to the light source. So observe carefully and try to follow along with the process. And one more thing, important one. I really encourage you to paint along with the video. Keep your drawing ready and color it while watching. Many people watch these videos in fast mode and sometimes they even skip the coloring part, hoping to understand watercolors quickly, but that makes learning much harder. Even though this video is already in time lapse, every color application is different. The way we apply orange for skin, the way we use blue, or the way we paint the background, all of these require different approaches. So, the flow of water, the layering, and most of the techniques become clear only when you watch the entire process carefully. I may not be able to explain every tiny detail in words, but when you watch the demo and practice along, it becomes much easier to understand. So watch the whole video, follow the steps, and most importantly, paint along with me. Don't just watch, practice it. Also, the brushes I'm using here are artist brushes, which we usually use for portraits and detailed work. For us, they are quite convenient because we are used to painting with them. But you really don't need these brushes to do this painting. You can absolutely use Camlin short handle brushes and they will work perfectly fine for this kind of coloring. So please don't feel like you need to buy expensive brushes just to follow this video. These are simply the brushes I personally prefer and feel comfortable using. The most important thing is how you handle the brush and the paint, not the brand or the type of brush you have. So use whatever brushes are available with you and just enjoy the process of painting. You can see for the hair, we first applied a light blue wash. After that, I added darker tones for the shadow areas while leaving a small highlight to show the natural shine that we usually see in the hair. So in watercolors, it's really a simple process. It's mostly a balance between wash and shadow. Once you understand that, the memory drawing will turn out just fine. Observe the steps carefully and try to paint along with me. Now for the t-shirt, we started with a yellow base wash, and then for the shadow areas I added a little orange into the yellow to create a slightly deeper tone. The same idea is applied to the pants as well. For the pants, the light side is violet, but instead of using a direct violet color from the palette, it's always better to mix your own violet. You can mix Crimson Lake with cobalt blue or ultramarine blue or even cerulean blue to create a softer and more natural violet. Direct violet colors are usually very harsh, so mixing them yourself gives a much better result. And for the shadow areas, you can add a little more blue into the mixture. This creates a subtle cool reflection in the shadows, which makes the painting look more natural and adds depth. To give a final touch to the t-shirt, I added a little bit of blue into the existing color and used it to create deeper shadow areas and some small patterns. When you're coloring human figures, it's always a good idea to add small patterns or textures on the clothes. If the t-shirt or the pants are just plain flat colors, the figure can start to look a little bit of dull and lifeless. So try to introduce a little variation in the color, maybe a pattern, slight folds or darker tones in some areas. These small details add a bit of drama and interest to the figure. In memory drawings especially, adding textures to the clothes helps the human figures stand out more and makes the overall composition look more lively. So don't keep everything completely flat. Add small textures and color variations to make the painting feel more dynamic. Now in the background you can see that I have started with the sky using a light blue wash. For the ground area, I'm using the wash technique and mixing a few colors together. The mixture includes brown, yellow ochre and a little bit of blue, because the ground will naturally have some shadow areas and slight color variations. The ground should not look like a single flat color. By mixing these colors softly, we can create natural variations and make the surface look more realistic. One important thing to always remember while painting is levels. Whenever you're coloring a scene, you should be aware of which objects need to be darker, which ones should be lighter, and which elements should softly merge into the background. In painting, we usually think in terms of foreground, midground, and background. Understanding these levels helps create depth in your composition and makes the scene look more natural. So while painting, keep asking yourself which object belongs to the foreground, which one is in the midground, and which elements are part of the background. Based on that, you can decide how strong or soft the colors should be. Now in this memory drawing, we actually started with the main figure first and completed most of the coloring there and then moved towards the background. But if you want to make the process a little easier, you can also start with the background wash first. After that, you can move on to the human figures. Once the background is done, it becomes easier to decide which figure you want to highlight more and which figure should remain slightly softer or less dominant. This way you can control which figure becomes the main focus of the composition. In outdoor subjects, it's always a good idea to add elements like trees and houses in the background. Trees naturally create a sense of environment and help set up the scene. They also add more color and life to the composition. So, whenever you're painting an outdoor memory drawing, try to include these elements in the background. It makes the scene look more natural and complete. One small tip while coloring the human figures: try to avoid giving them green clothes in outdoor scenes. Since there are already trees and greenery in the background, a green dress or t shirt can easily blend into the surroundings and the figure may not stand out properly. Instead, choose colors that contrast with the background so the human figures remain clearly visible and become the focus of the scene. You can use green clothes for human figures in indoor scenes where there isn't much greenery in the background. In that case, the color will stand out much better. So always think about the background colors before deciding the colors of the figure. As you can see, we are repeating the same process for the second figure as we did for the first one. First, we start with a light wash for the entire figure. For the skin, I have applied a soft orange wash. After that, we move on to the base colors of the clothes, giving them a simple wash as well. Once the base washes are done, we slowly start adding the shadow areas to create depth and form in the figure. So it's the same step-by-step method. First the wash, then the colors, and finally the shadows. This keeps the painting process simple and controlled. One important part of memory drawing is observation. Before you start drawing, try to observe the scene carefully and remember the important elements like the placement of figures, the actions they are doing, and the surrounding environment. Try to visualize the scene in your mind first. Ask yourself simple questions. Where are the people standing? What are they doing? What objects are around them? This will help you build the composition more confidently. Another useful practice is to break the scene into simple shapes. Instead of thinking of a complex figure, first think of it as basic shapes like circles, rectangles, and lines. This makes it much easier to remember and draw. Also remember that memory drawing is not about copying perfectly. It's about recreating the idea of the scene. Even if the positions or proportions are slightly different, what matters is that the action and the story of the scene are clear. Try to practice quick sketching from daily life. When you see people walking, playing, or working, observe their postures and movements. Even a small mental note of these actions will help you later when you draw from memory. If you want a little more help on how to draw from memory, you can watch this video. I've added the link in the description where I explain the process in more detail and show you how you can approach memory drawing more effortlessly. You can also explore other videos on my channel because I have already uploaded several memory drawing demonstrations. Watching those will give you a better idea of the process and how to achieve results like this step by step. So make sure to check them out after this video. Another tip is to practice drawing common elements again and again, like houses, trees, roads, bicycles, and human figures. Once these elements become familiar, it becomes much easier to arrange them in any memory drawing topic. And finally, always remember that practice is the key. The more you practice observing and sketching, the stronger your visual memory will become. After completing the first overall wash, the next step is to decide which elements you want to dominate in your composition and which ones should remain softer or diffused. Not every element needs the same level of detail. The main subjects should usually be stronger in color and detail, while the background elements can remain lighter and more diffused. Once you decide this, you can start adding details only when it's needed. This helps guide the viewer's eye toward the main focus of the composition and keeps the painting balanced. Also, adding cast shadows is very important. Without the shadow on the ground, the human figures can start to look like they are floating in the air. Cast shadows help to anchor the figures to the ground and make the scene look more natural and believable. So, towards the end of the painting, take a moment to add these final shadows and small touch ups wherever necessary. Once those last details are done, your memory drawing will be complete. I hope you liked this video, enjoyed it and found it helpful. There will be many more videos coming soon, so stay tuned and keep practicing. Try to complete the whole drawing and keep working on your memory drawing skills regularly. In the upcoming videos, I'll also be sharing 2D design drawing tutorials and detailed lessons on how to color using watercolors. My aim is to make watercolors simple and easy to understand, and I'll be explaining the process step by step in slower, more detailed videos. But for that to really help you, I need you to watch the full video carefully and follow the process instead of skipping parts. That's the best way to actually learn. If you enjoyed this video and want to see more content like this, let me know in the comment section, and if there are any specific topics you would like me to cover, you can share your ideas there as well. I'll definitely try to make videos on them. And until then, keep practicing and keep creating. Thanks for watching. I hope you like this video. If you want to watch more videos like this one, please don't forget to like, share and subscribe. Hit the bell icon to get the instant notification on my latest video releases.